Pleasant Grove. Best climate on earth. Lori Clark Viviano is here with us to tell us how drug and alcohol abuse can play a role in family legal cases. And, boy, I mean, it's in the news every day, isn't it?
You know, the problem that you see is that what really people are doing is self-medicating. I think what they're going to find with Britney Spears is that she's bipolar or has some other mental illness.
Right, and self-medicating is exactly what she's doing. And so young to be pushed in, I don't want to make her a victim, all right, because you have to be responsible and accountable for your actions. But it starts somewhere, you know.
It does, and this is why, you know, we always bring up your wife, but it's true, you know. People need to see therapists because what you're doing is you're putting these small babies at risk. Look what she did. She was literally going to endanger her children. And so that's why in the family law arena, if someone thinks that they're sick, you have to do something about it.
Now, who is that someone? Who can that someone be that thinks that someone else is sick? Because generally the person who is sick is in a bit of denial about it, right? So where's the legality come in?
The legality comes in the fact that this is why you want to do drug testing. And, you know, this is why we talk about if you're concerned that your spouse or your loved one or someone you're going through a divorce, I mean, this, again, I always give these little tips, but if you get a hair follicle and you take it and you get it tested, that will tell you if they've been using drugs in the last 90 days. And that's why Britney and all these other people are getting in trouble. It didn't just happen, oh gosh, Saturday night I decided to tie one on. If they're testing, it's in their system.
So who should do the testing? Is like mom should come up and cut a little bit of your hair off in the middle of the night and
Exactly.
take it in for
I love
a little drug
As you
test,
reach over to your husband, you go,
yeah.
oh honey, you look
honey.
great.
Yeah. Pull one out and
You need the
bring
root.
it in. Huh?
You need the root. And the thing that's scary
so
is...
you can't just cut it. No, you have to have... Oh, gee.
Which is, you know, take a brush. Take their brush. You know, you'll have the core. And the thing is, marijuana, people don't realize this, 90 days. You know, if you have a nice little joint on a Saturday night, it's going to show up in your hair for 90 days. Methamphetamine, 3 days. So that's why you can kind of monitor what people are doing by either drug testing or requiring that they drug test. That's what they're doing with Britney.
All right. So let's say I find out. Do I call you then, or do I just to say, hey, I suspect that, you know?
I think if you suspect, you should do something, because I think the problem that everybody doesn't realize is you know, like you said, I hate to pick on Britney, but you endanger your children's lives, and you as a parent have to protect your child. And the thing about it is, if I'm concerned that my spouse is doing drugs or alcohol, any of the things, I have to intercede for the safety of my children. And the thing that people don't realize is if you don't intercede, the courts will, and they will take your child away from both of you.
All right, so I should see you first, the attorney who knows, to find out what to do in this case.
Absolutely, because the courts can't just, okay, you know, you say that I use drugs. They can't just test me. They have to have some evidence. So can you imagine, I say, look, I took this person's hair follicle. This test is positive. That's not proof positive, but it's an indicator that it's something going on.
And that's admissible?
Well,
in the preliminary stages.
In the preliminary stages, exactly. And I also think, just, you know, let's be honest, it's not like Britney's husband's some great guy, but he at least...
J-Fed with the mohawk? You're kidding. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah? Okay, so definitely you need to get involved. Well, there you see how to do it. Lori Clark Viviano, attorney. All right, and just give her a call or go to the website. And if you suspect anything, you know, be proactive. Do something about it. You know, it's their life.
Exactly.
And their kids' lives that are at stake here.
Exactly.
Well, Lori, thank you so much. Go Chargers.
Hey, Chargers, win!
All the way. Okay, good. Well, they will now.
Yeah.
No problem. Thank you, Lori. You heard, Lori.
That's
Just
right.
do it, okay?
And don't do any drugs or alcohol. Okay, maybe a little alcohol.
Just a little.
And don't drink and drive.
No, absolutely not. You heard it here. All right.